Hey guys, Rusty Johnson. Welcome to my Patreon intro. Many of you probably see me on my TV series Hotel Amazon on Travel Channel, but few people know that decades before that, I was a wildlife specialist. I started out really young, just with really small snakes when I was a kid. Worked myself up to bigger snakes, then birds of prey, and then many different types of wildlife. You can see some of them here. Now, I never really considered these guys as pets. These were ambassadors for their natural cousins. So for 20 years I traveled to schools, museums, universities, and taught people all about wildlife and had them face to face with these animals. So we talk about predator-prey relationship, talk about ecosystems, protecting endangered species and protecting wildlife in general, and protecting our quality of life. And over a matter of about 20 years, I've done over 3,000 lectures at schools. After that, I did some television. Not only Hotel Amazon, but I was on David Letterman.
Rusty Johnson over there. Oh, there he goes again. He's just diving very...
On Conan O'Brien.
The one with the glove on is Rusty Johnson.
I even trained a falcon for the magician David Copperfield. After that, I went to the Amazon jungle and became a jungle guide. So now for the last 20 years, that's what I've been doing. So really what I want to do with this Patreon community is really expand upon what I've done my entire life. Teach people about wildlife. And now, with the beautiful technology we have today, I just don't need to go to schools that are in my area. I could teach every school, every student, every person in the world if they choose to join the community. And I'm sure many of you have seen my YouTube channel, well over 18 million hits and 32,000 subscribers. And I really love doing that, but what I want to do with Patreon is much bigger. I want to create this huge international community of like-minded people who love wildlife, who are passionate about protecting it and preserving it, and also teaching other people about wildlife. So with your help, I can produce some great videos. And not only in the Amazon, but also up in upstate New York, where I was born and raised in the Hudson Valley. Fantastic ecosystems and biodiversity here. But also traveling to different countries all over the world. The connections I've made for the many years I've been doing this, I can make a phone call and a week later be with an anti-poaching unit in Zimbabwe filming what they do. So there's so many opportunities. And every month we can sit down and have a face-to-face Zoom with all the community, and it's not only ask me questions and whatever you want with me, but also I want to ask you guys, what do you want? What would you like to see? What do you think would be beneficial for people to learn about? And that's the direction that I'm going to take it, because my Patreon community is my main priority. I'm also going to be able to visit classrooms virtually. Any school in the world, I can go and speak to them just like I would lecture face-to-face. Now with this incredible technology, I can talk to them right in their classrooms. So I'm going to provide that for schools and for teachers and also for homeschoolers. I'm also going to provide some behind-the-scenes stuff. That's really kind of the fun stuff. When you're an explorer, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's around the next corner. So a lot of craziness happens. I could simply be filming a jaguar somewhere, and the fact of filming the jaguar could be really interesting. But all the stuff that happened trying to get to that jaguar or going back home from that jaguar sometimes can be the whole show itself. So we're going to have a lot of behind-the-scenes things that are really interesting as well. I'm also going to have something that, I don't want to call it a podcast, but it's say audio notes of my past adventures. I've had many adventures, through Africa and so many, and I really want to keep count of what happened. I kind of slacked on that. So what I've been doing is I've been doing not a podcast, but at least recording it. And these recordings really pull back the curtain of what it's like to be an explorer. A lot of people see the glamour. They don't see the hardship. They don't see the stress that's involved. And I want to show that to people. It is a hard business. It is something that you can only do if you have more passion and heart sometimes than brains, I have to say. And this is going to be only for Patreon members. All this is only for Patreon members. So every night I'm going to refer back to the adventures I've had over the years and some of the crazy situations I got into. And not only is it going to be entertaining and educational, you're really going to learn what it's like to be an explorer. Because again, people only see the glamour. Nobody's seeing that mosquito right now who's sucking the blood right out of my head while we're talking. So what I'm doing is really, in general, doing things like this, doing the hardship, and giving this to you to reap the rewards. And again, we can pass it around to all the students and children, because they're the people that we really want to protect and we want to preserve our wildlife and our environment for. And it's our quality of life, because if the quality of life of animals drops, quality of life of the environment drops, ultimately our quality of life drops. This is important for human beings in general. The list of what I want to give you guys is way too long, so if you're really into this and you would like to join this community, go over to my bio video. It's 20 minutes long, but it's tight. But it really shows you my background of what I've done, what I'm doing, what I want to do, so you can get an idea of where we want to go with this. You know, if you want to commit to me and you want to commit to this community, you deserve to know it all. That 20-minute video will tell you all you need. If you have any questions, feel free to knock me an email. I'll send it right back. I'm very accessible. I really hope you choose to join my Patreon community, and I hope to see you there. Thanks a lot, guys.